right, guys. Chris again with our buddy Joel Graves. Now, we got another one here we want to do real quick because this doesn't look like something you want to eat.
Nah.
No, I don't want to eat it. And for you folks in northern latitudes, you're looking at this going, what the hell is it? Same plant grows up there, it just grows a lot bigger. You know, Pacific Northwest, places like that, this gets way long. You guys will call it old man's beard, all kinds of stuff. Is Usnea the Latin for this?
Yeah.
It is. So
that's actually a great example of why Latin's important, because here we call Spanish moss old man's beard.
You're right.
And it's a whole different plant.
It's an entirely different plant, yeah. So yeah, up in the northern latitudes, you know, you guys would call this old man's beard, but as you see, for Florida, this is a very big specimen of Usnea. I'm just going to pull a piece off here. We'll get rid of the whole thing. But Usnea is a great antiseptic, antiviral, antifungal, does a number of things for you. The Seminole Indians in particular use this in Florida to pack wounds with directly. Like they would pack directly into wounds. The women would make a pad out of this, use it for a menstrual cloth even. One of the uses they used. I know everybody crosses their eyes when I say that, but it's a reality of life, so we deal with it. But this is a great medicine. You can do everything with this from, like you were talking earlier, tinctures, what's the oil one?
Salves.
Salves, yeah.
Yep.
You can make salves and tinctures out of it. You know, Nicole Pellian, you know her?
Yeah.
You know Nicole? She made me a tincture out of this with alcohol so that when we were at a show together, and she's like, here, just keep squirting. I'm like, yeah, keep squirting in your mouth, keep from getting sick. So this stuff was good for colds, viruses if you're not feeling well, as well as open wounds. And we'll do a close-up on this, but the way to be 100% sure when you look at this stuff is if you grab the main vein of this thing and give it a little pull, the outer shell will separate and there's a white vein inside of it. If it's a black vein, it's not the right stuff. It's not Usnea. So that's how you can tell 100% sure. But this is fairly unique. I don't even know of a really close look-alike. Some people say deer moss looks like it, but even that doesn't.
Yeah, and that typically grows
it's on the ground. Whereas Usnea, as you guys saw here in Florida, it likes dead hardwood. That's what it grows on. So that's where you'll find it, is on dead pieces of oak tree, hickory tree, that kind of thing. And this is a great medicine. Like if you're in the woods, you're cut, you get a bad cut or something, you can pack this directly into it and wrap it up. You don't have to do anything to it. And it will help keep it from getting infected. You know, as well as the other medicines you can make with it. What's some of the other internal stuff this is good for?
Internal, my personal use with it is for strep throat. Yep. I have young kids, like I mentioned, and my daughter was having a bout where, I don't know if she was like passing it from the dog and back and forth. And actually, I had done a stint with Discovery Channel. When I was flying out, my daughter had strep throat, so I had Usnea tincture with me out there, and that's what saved me. Because I had woke up, super sore throat.
You ended up with strep throat?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, not diagnosed, but highly contagious and very likely. One thing that is awesome about this is it's a lichen, right? And so a unique thing you'll see are these little discs. It's fungus and algae in a symbiotic relationship. Right. And there's ways to get more potent tinctures with this, and it's a little bit more involved, but even just soaking it in water or putting it freshly into a wound, I would clean off the debris and stuff. It's going to have an effect on bacteria.
Absolutely.
I've read stuff about the Civil War where they were running out of gauze,
and they
started using this to pack soldiers' wounds, and then they were finding out that
those wounds are healing better.
Yeah, they're getting better than even the stuff with the sterilized gauze. And then so there's a lot of research behind this plant, which is awesome, because there's so many plants where there is zero research and it's all just folk knowledge. But this is one that's backed by science. And it's a lichen, so there's that inner core that he was talking about, that stretchy, it's almost like bungee-like when it's nice and moist. That has particular medicinal constituents in it, and the outer sheath. So if I'm going to make a medicine with it, I'm going to chop it up, increase the surface area, and I might do a hot water extraction and a alcohol extraction to get different constituents in that mix. But it doesn't have to be that complicated. For bush medicine, this is great, and the typical, I was dehydrated, not paying attention, and I cut myself with my knife kind of cut. This is great.
Yeah.
It's even
squish it up.
Yeah. It's effective against gram-negative and gram-positive bacteria, but more so on the, I always forget which is which. Whatever staph is and strep, gram-negative, I think. I could be wrong. Leave a comment in the...
Let us know.
I always mix them up, but it's a lot more potent on that strain. But if you increase the dosage of this, it's effective against both. So you could consider this a true antibiotic, which is awesome to know about.
Right out of nature. And you know, one of the ways I make a tincture with this, like he said, you chop it up, pack it into a mason jar, and I'll just pour it full of vodka.
Yeah.
Put the lid on it and let it sit. Just let it sit and soak. And then if you want to make it even stronger, you strain that out, put more of this in, fresh, chopped up, take that same liquid, pour it right back in the jar again, cap it up and leave it. You're just increasing, again, like he was talking about, the medicinal qualities that are coming out of it. And then you can put that in aerosol bottles, you can squirt in your mouth, eyedropper, into your mouth, whatever. Not something you want to put on a wound full of vodka, but that's for internal use. So, and I wouldn't do shots of it or nothing, but if, you know, like he said.
It tastes very much like medicine. It's got...
Yeah.
It's kind of rough, but it tells you it's working.
Yeah, you know there's something in it when you take this stuff. But this is Usnea, again, and like I said, you guys up north are going to have it in much bigger quantities. For us, like this limb that I found here that I was showing you, this is like an Usnea gold mine in Florida. I mean, it's kind of hard to find this stuff sometimes. It's always around. It just takes some looking. And we just happened to be standing over there, and I looked up and saw it in a tree, so I pulled it down. But this is a great one. So again, that's Usnea. If you guys like the video, click the like button, leave us a comment, you know, if you have any questions. Anyway, till next time, guys.